Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I'm Anaam. Let's talk about two words in the Toltec warrior's arsenal, which act like generals in the warrior's army of personal power. What are these two words? These two words are something that I myself struggled with for many years to really understand what they mean. And personally, I have not come across anyone who truly, really understands these two words in the Toltec Warriors book to the point where they can really functionalize it usefully. What are these two words? Will, intent. Now you have plenty of people going to these tensegrity, whatever it's called, classes and all this stuff and workshops, and they're going intent, and they're doing strange movements and intent, and none of these people actually know what the hell they're saying. Intent, and just being sold some fucking crap, really, about how your luminous egg will do this, and your luminous egg will become a baked potato, and then suddenly you will hatch into a freaking chicken. I don't know what crap people sell these people who do this stuff. But I don't see any power being developed there. I don't see anyone becoming less of an asshole in their life by doing all this screaming intent, and doing strange intent, just doing crazy stuff and calling it, oh, it's a Carlos Castaneda gave us tensegrity. He must be laughing in his grave right now, looking at all these fools just doing just strange stuff. And no, look, in the Matrix, things are clear. You pay for a can of Coke, you buy that can of Coke, what do you expect is in there? What do you think is going to be in that can of Coke that you paid for? It's going to be Coca-Cola every single time. There's never been a single can of Coca-Cola ever produced in the billions of cans of Coca-Cola and bottles that have ever been manufactured, that people found Fanta in it or orange drink in it. It's not possible. But in the new age world, you'll have these workshops and people just marketing and leaflets and websites and, oh, I am the first disciple of Don Juan, I'm the third disciple of Bruce Lee, and all this stuff, right? And people turn up to these workshops or classes and believe all the marketing, turn up, pay good money for it, but there's no way to know what you're getting except the marketing. You're basically paying to believe the marketing. That's all that's happening. The rest is kind of useless, isn't it? How many of these workshops have you gone to? Tensegrity, this, and you're less of an asshole now in life because you screamed intent for 2 hours in front of someone who claims, oh, well, I was the first crony of Castaneda. What did you get out of it? Well, now suddenly you're traveling, where you gone to Mars and back, did you? You can tell NASA, the scam, you're gonna tell them what Mars is like because you've been there personally? What have you done? Become a coyote and run in the desert, have you? It's all just nonsense. So just stop with the juvenile, childish, Disney, idiotic stuff and focus. Live like an adult. It's time to grow up. Will, intent, they're very simple. Will, for the Toltec warrior, has to do with power. It's even called willpower. Power. Will has to do with how much power you are going to bring to bear over the thing that you're going after. Will and intent are the support structures of unbending intent. I've recently done a video on unbending intent. Go and watch that video first, then come and understand will and intent. These two are the support, these two are the wheels on the vehicle of unbending intent. So you decide what it is that is worthy of your unbending intent. Hopefully it is something that aligns with your conscience. Then you bring will, which is your personal power. How much will you need to bring to bear over that unbending intent? You must decide that, or it must be revealed to you somehow. Somehow you must have a bit of an idea at least. Okay? So will has to do with personal power. How much power are you going to bring to bear on it? Intent has to do with direction. What direction that power that you're going to bring to bear, what direction is your artillery going to face? What direction is your army going to face? Which direction are they going to march towards? You can't have an army where every soldier is going wherever they want, right? There's no power in that army. It needs coherent direction. That's intent. So your unbending intent, it has to do with I also call it invincible decision. Under that, you must now bring to bear will and intent. So your personal power and a clear direction. No confusion, no doubts. That's the direction we're going. And then what will happen is that direction will organically change according to the demands, requirements of your unbending intent. But the will and the intent will always have to be there. You see what I mean? In other words, imagine that you're a marksman. You have a bow in one hand and your arrow in the other, okay? The hand that holds the bow is the hand that chooses the direction. You can't choose direction with the arrow. You can't do it. You can't hold the bow here and that's not how it works. The hand that holds that bow is the hand that chooses the direction in which that arrow is going to shoot, right? That's will. That's intent. That's intent. That hand that's holding the bow is intent. The hand that is notching the arrow is will. How much power you bring to bear, how much you pull, how much back you pull the arrow, that's how much it's going to shoot. Correct? This is a great way to understand will and intent, at least how Toltec warriors wield it in functional daily life, not turning into coyotes and, oh, I am the deathless one. I haven't died in 5 million years. Yeah, just grow up. Just grow up, man. Stop the weed and grow up. Okay? Get self-responsible. No longer acting like a juvenile idiot. Grow up. So here you have will and intent explained to you properly. Anytime you have a confusion or someone asks you and you got your weed and vid night with your friends, weed and vid, and you're going to talk Castaneda and philosophies and all the stuff because you're so high on weed and you feeling amazing. All right? At least try and remember this one so you can impress your friends with it. All right. So how is this in real life? How are you going to use this? You're going to have the stamina to bring that power to bear constantly. I did another video called the bite-sized 90% rule. Really recommend you go and watch that video. That will explain how to healthily, without becoming some kind of mad fool, how to healthily create power in your life, create that forward momentum of that arrow in a way that doesn't destroy you along the way, and in a way that doesn't make you practice building a house of cards of self-importance, that will ensure that you build on firm foundations within yourself. So you choose something that is worthy of your unbending intent, whatever it may be. It may even be, oh, I want a dog, house, car, wife, the dream that the parasite wants you to live, that people feel like they can't do without that dream. If I could only have a lovely wife, 2 children, a dog, house, car, and a lawnmower, because I've got a lovely lawn in the front of the house as well. And lovely neighbors, and oh, it's all so lovely, right? I pay my taxes, get my master. If you want to have that as your unbending intent, which likelihood is you don't even know it, but that's where your life is headed, despite you wanting it not to be like that. That's called brainwashing, by the way. It's called mind control. In other words, your mind is not in your control. Your thoughts aren't even in your control. So, unbending intent, whatever is worthy of your unbending intent, you've decided on that and you want to embark on it. In order to fulfill that, you need to have at least a starting direction. Oh, okay, let's start in this direction. Don't just run around thinking, well, I haven't found which direction to go in, so well, I'm just waiting. You'll be waiting forever. Pick a direction. Any direction will do, because the unbending intent will course correct. It must, it will, that's just the way it is. It will course correct you. Pick any direction. It doesn't matter. Your intent matters. And then bring power to bear on that direction. Walk in that direction with power and authority. Not pretending and lying to yourself. You got to become a student and learn. You'll have to learn a lot of things along the way. But you can't go with the attitude of, well, let's see if it'll work out. Maybe I'll one day have a dog, a wife, and a car, and a house, and a nice mortgage and pension. And maybe one day. No. Either you want it or you don't. What do you want? What do you want to do? And maybe one day is for, that's how the average man works. Even in the average man's world, people are very adept at employing will and intent, let alone in the Toltec world, right? Hopefully this will give you an idea of what will and intent really are, and they will remain useless, worthless philosophies that you can feel impressed by when you gab about it to your weed and vid friends. Weed and videos. So-called friends. By the way, they are not your friends. Those are not the kind of people you should be calling your friends, if you had any dignity or self-respect. This video, you watched it till now, fantastic. You're feeling like, oh yeah, wow, now I know, finally, those books, Castaneda's books, when I read them when I was 18, I never understood, but now I have. Amazing. Nothing's changed. Well, right now, you haven't become less of an asshole in your life than before you started watching this video. But you're now able to impress your weed friends by talking all this. Oh yeah, I know what will and intent is. High as a kite and going, I know what will and intent is. Oh yes, it's like a hand holding a bow and an arrow, and you just vomit everything you've just heard and feel really great about it. No, my challenge to you is let's see you functionalize this in your life. Choose an unbending intent worthy of your conscience. I've just given you a challenge that I would bet money you don't have the personal power to even do that. Yeah. You have enough personal power to go purchase weed or any other damn addictive stuff, cakes and chocolates and whatever losers lifestyle you support with unbending intent. But I'll bet money that when it comes to you and your own well-being, you will struggle. Yeah, I'm not one of those people who will encourage, oh no, you can do it. I believe in you. I don't believe in you. And no, I don't think you can do it. Yeah, what you can do about it? My only concern is, can I do it? Yes, I can. I have done it many times. I prove it to myself every day. Can you say the same? Let's see you say the same. Put in the comments below. Take a year out, come back and comment. Yes, I took this video to heart and I learned from it, and I learned by applying will and intent in my life, and look, this is the reward I got. Yeah, all right, then that's impressive. Well done. Good job. Yeah. So let's see if you can functionalize what you've just heard. I'll leave that to you. That's your job. And leave in the comments below if you already had examples of making use of will and intent in a way that delighted you, amazed you about your own abilities, right? Oh, wow, I can do it. Excellent. Let's hear it in the comments. That'll inspire the other people to rise up too and say something in their lives, right? Represent themselves in a way worthy of their conscience. On that note, walk in freedom. I'll see you in the next video. Farewell.